Hello viewers, you are welcome to my channel Fasihuddin Online Botany. In this session of environmental biology, we are going to discuss climatic factors which come under ecological factors. Many organisms coexist in an environment. The environment that is surroundings include physical, chemical and biological components. When a component surrounding an organism affects the life of an organism, it becomes a factor. All such factors together are called as environmental factors or ecological factors. These factors can be classified into living, that is the biotic, and non-living or abiotic, which make the environment of an organism. However, the ecological factors are meaningfully grouped into four classes like climatic factors, edaphic factors, topographic factors, and lastly biotic factors. Climatic factors. Climate is one of the important natural factors controlling the plant life. The climatic factors includes light, temperature, water, wind, and fire. The climatic system of Earth is composed of three groups of factors. That is, the engine of this system is the sun, which is our own source of energy. These factors cause a flow of air and ocean and control the process of evaporation and precipitation, which are part of water cycle. Many factors, natural or man-made, determine the Earth's climate. The climate depends on the redistribution of energy from the sun according to atmospheric and oceanic currents. Climates depend largely on latitude and longitude as well as the altitude. They are also conditioned by the proximity of wide areas of water such as oceans or inland seas. Generally speaking, our climate is defined by the complex interaction of all factors: the sun, earth, sea, air, ice caps of earth, wildlife, and other life forms. Many climatic phenomena disrupt the climate. For example, El Nino and the position of the earth in relation to the sun, which is very important. Light. Light is abundantly received on the surface of the earth, and on an average approximately only 2 to 3% of this solar energy is used in primary productivity. Light intensity shows special variations due to the factors like atmospheric, water layer, particles dispersed in the air, etc. Vegetation of an area may also affect light intensity. In deep shade under trees or underwater, light becomes limiting, below which photosynthesis is not sufficient for effective growth of the plants. Light is a well-known factor needed for the basic physiological processes of plants, such as photosynthesis, germination, seed germination, transpiration, and flowering. The portion of sunlight which can be resolved by the human eye is called visible light. The visible part of the light is made up of wavelength from about 400 nanometers, that is violet, to 700 nanometer, that is red. The rate of photosynthesis is maximum at blue, that is between 400 to 500 nanometers, and red, that is between 600 to 700 nanometers. The green, between 500 to 600 nanometers wavelength of spectrum, is less strongly absorbed by the plants. Based on the tolerance to intensities of light, the plants are divided into two types. That is heliophytes, light-loving plants, that is angiosperms; zeophytes, shade-loving plants, for example, bryophytes and pteridophytes. Now, the effect of light on plants. The effect of chlorophyll synthesis. The synthesis of chlorophyll in green plants can take place only in presence of light. It is seen that if a coprophilous plant is kept in prolonged darkness, the chlorophyll amount practically disappears. Then effect on the number and the position of the chloroplast. The upper surface of the leaves, which receive maximum sunlight, has a largest number of chloroplasts arranged in line with the direction of the light. Then effect on photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is a process of conversion of solar energy, that is the light energy, into chemical energy in presence of chlorophyll, which is subsequently used for the preparation of carbohydrate from carbon dioxide and water. In plants, respiration is a process of the oxidation of carbohydrate into carbon dioxide and water. According to Kelvin, the rate of respiration increases at higher light intensity and it decreases at lower light intensity. Effect on transpiration. The rise in atmospheric temperature, which may be due to the conversion of solar radiation into heat, increases the rate of transpiration. The process of opening and closing of stomata, leading to the loss of water from the aerial surface of plant, is known as transpiration. Then effect on production of hormones. Light inhibits the synthesis of auxins or growth hormones in plants, as a result of which the shape and size of the plant get modified. Effect on the diverse development of flowers, fruits, and vegetative parts. The intensity of light largely influences the growth of development of flowers, fruits, and vegetative parts of the plants. Light of higher intensity favors the development of flowers, fruits, and seeds, but light of lower intensity promotes the development of vegetative parts and causes delicacy. Effect on the formation of anthocyanin pigment. Intense light helps in the formation of anthocyanin pigment in plants. The plants in alpine regions have beautiful flowers containing this pigment. Then effect on movement. Effect on sunlight in modulating the movement of plants is called as phototropism or heliotropism. The elongation of stem toward the light is known as positive phototropism, and the movement of roots away from the light is known as negative phototropism. Effect on photoperiodism. This is the response of plants to the relative length of the day, that is the photoperiod, is known as photoperiodism. According to the response of the plants to the length of the photoperiod, the plants have been classified into three groups. That is long day plants, the plants which bloom when the light duration is more than 12 hours per day, like radish, potato, spinach, etc. Secondly, short day plant, the plants which bloom when the light duration is lesser than 12 hours per day. Examples are cereals, tobacco, cosmos, dahlia, etc. Now the third category is day neutral plants. The plants which show little response to the length of the daylight, like cotton, balsam, tomato, etc. Now the effect on seed germination. The germination of seeds is largely influenced by light. In most of the plants, the red light induces seed germination, and in some plants, blue light promotes the process. In some cases, far red light is seen to inhibit the seed germination. Effect on distribution of plants. The duration and intensity of light plays an important role in determining the distribution of plants. Hence, the vegetation of different geographical regions are different from one another. Effect on photomorphogenesis. The development of plants in seedling stage is controlled by light. The seedlings present in dark condition are non-green and highly elongated with a poorly developed root system and no foliage. However, an exposure of dark grown seedling to the light makes it normal. Now the second climatic factor is temperature. The temperature is one of the important factors which affect almost all the metabolic activities of an organism. Every physiological process in an organism requires an optimum temperature at which it shows maximum metabolic rate. Three limits of temperature can be categorized for any organism, and they are minimum temperature, physiological activities are lowest; optimum temperature, here the physiological activities are maximum; then maximum temperature at which physiological activities will stop. Based on the range of thermal tolerance, organisms are divided into two main types. Eurythermal, that is organisms which can tolerate a wide range of temperature fluctuations. That is Zostera, a marine angiosperm. Then second category is stenothermal, organism which can tolerate only small range of temperature variations. Example, mango, palm, that is the terrestrial angiosperms. Mango plant do not and cannot grow in temperate countries like Canada and Germany. Thermal stratification. It is usually found in aquatic habitat. The change in temperature profile with increasing depth in a water body is called thermal stratification. There are three kinds of thermal stratifications. Epilimnion, the upper layer of the warmer water; metalimnion, the middle layer of the zone of gradual decrease in temperature; and hypolimnion, the bottom layer of cold water. Temperature-based zonation on Earth's surface. Variations in latitude and altitude do affect the temperature and the vegetation on the Earth's surface. The temperature is maximum at the equator and it decreases gradually towards the poles. The division of the Earth's vegetation zones like tropical rainforest, grasslands, deserts, deciduous forests, coniferous forests, and tundra vegetation is based on temperature as well as precipitation regimes. Similarly, altitude also affects the temperature values which determine the vegetation pattern. Effect of temperature. Effect on cell and protoplasm. In extremely low temperature, the protoplasm may be frozen to ice. On the other hand, in extremely high temperature, the protoplasm may coagulate. Then effect on metabolism. In presence of different enzymes, various metabolic activities in living organisms are carried out. With a slight increase in temperature, the metabolic activities may increase. However, the metabolic rate may decrease when there is higher increase in temperature. Effect on carbon dioxide and oxygen solubility. Temperature influences carbon dioxide and oxygen solubility in biological systems. It increases the respiration and stimulates the growth of seedlings. Disease spreading. Low temperature with high humidity can spread diseases to the plants. Effect on growth. An increase in temperature results in elongation of the hypocotyle. Effect on transpiration in plants. The rate of transpiration increases with the increase in atmospheric temperature and vice versa. Now another climatic factor is rainfall and atmospheric precipitations. Water is one of the most important climatic factors. It affects the vital processes of all living organisms. It is believed that even life had originated only in water during the evolution of Earth. Water covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. Nearly 97% of the Earth's water is available water is found in the ocean and rest 3% on land. Evaporation and transpiration of this water results in the formation of water vapor, which at any one time amounts to only 0.001%. If this entire water vapor were precipitated at the same time over the whole Earth's surface, it would be equal to 2.5 centimeter of rain. In nature, water is available to the plants in three ways. That is atmospheric moisture, precipitation, and soil water. Now, functions of rainfall. The first one is formation of biomes. The annual amount of rainfall evenly distributed in temperate latitudes determines the climax biotic communities. Then the determination of type of vegetation. The annual rainfall determines the type of vegetation in any region. We find evergreen forests in tropical region due to the heavy rainfall throughout the year, whereas in grasslands are found in such regions where there is heavy rainfall during summer and low rainfall during winter. So this is the summary of amount of rainfall per year and the type of climax biotic community. 0 to 10 inches, it is a desert. 10 to 13 inches of rain, it is grassland like savanna. 30 to 50 inches, dry forest. More than 50 inches, it is wet forest. Based on the nature of soil, the water requirement of different plants are as follows, like hydrophytes, xerophytes, and mesophytes. Hydrophytes are the plants living in water which require large quantity of water, whereas xerophytes are the terrestrial plants which cannot tolerate extremely dry conditions and pass through long periods without water. Whereas the mesophytes, the terrestrial plants, are require moderate quantity of water. Effect on growth. In case of such plants, the advent of rainfall witnesses the appearance of shoot and new leaves as well as branches. Now, the last climatic factor is the wind. Air in motion is called as the wind. It is also a vital ecological factor. The atmospheric air, which contains several gases, particles, and other constituents. The composition of gases in atmosphere are nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, argon and other gases 0.93%. The other components of wind are water vapor, gaseous pollutants, dust, smoke, particles, microorganisms, pollen grains, etc. So anemometer is an instrument which is used to measure the speed of the wind. Then effects of wind. Wind is an important factor for the formation of rain. It causes wave formation in lakes and oceans, which promotes aeration of water. Strong wind causes soil erosion and reduces soil fertility. It increases the rate of transpiration. It helps in pollination in anemophilous plants. It also helps in dispersal of many fruits, seeds, spores, etc. Strong wind may cause uprooting of big trees. Unidirectional wind stimulates development of flag forms. Thank you.